Hi, you all. My name is Dr. Cheryl Meyer, and I'm a psychologist, and I help you navigate through your spiritual awakening. And today I'm going to talk to you about when a friend of yours betrays you. Like, it hurts really bad. It feels like you get a knife in your back. Now I know where that phrase comes from. So I was on a plane for 4 hours today. And I was writing down all of the stuff that I wanted to talk about in this video because it just kept pouring through me, and I couldn't really make a video on the plane because I was sitting next to a bunch of people. So I couldn't wait to teach you this because I don't want anyone to be stuck in this pain. And so I wrote down some of the stuff I'm gonna look at it instead of my normal just winging it, because it comes to me too. It flows through me. So first, you can feel anger and hurt, but it's important to not get lost in that, because if you get lost in it, then you can't find your way out. And you want to get your bearings, you want to get your feet back on the ground, and you want to understand why this happened. It happened for a reason. And so what I always say, I often say this to myself, is triggers are our teachers. So this person triggered you, and what happens when someone betrays you is they bring up all the old betrayal wounds that you've ever experienced before. They can do that, and you feel like helpless, and you feel like a fool. You're like, why did I trust this person? And why, this is my chair, why, so yeah, okay, so back to the anger. When you feel the anger, just important for you to remember, I am a soul here. This is a temporary experience that I'm going through right now. I don't have to get lost in it. It's not all of who I am. When you're in a feeling state, I've talked about this a number of times in other videos, it's when you're in a feeling state, your logical brain kind of shuts off, and it feels like that feeling state's going to last forever. It's kind of like when you feel happy, you feel like you're going to keep staying happy. When you feel sad, you don't know how you're going to get out of that, because time is from your logical brain. Your logical brain's aware of it. Your emotional brain, it's like when you're just in that place, you're not in time. And so that's why it can feel so painful, and it feels like the world's going to end, or it feels like, how did I let this happen again, or whatever. But let's go into the learning. Let's go see what we can learn from it. So my brother wrote me this the other day, and I love my brother. I love him. I have two brothers, but this one is just, he's so wise, and he didn't know what had happened. He was just showing me something. And he said that Gurdjieff, there's a guy named Gurdjieff, he teaches like the fourth way and stuff like that. But he said that one of the main things people forget is that people are as different inside as a turnip is from an angel. And so what we can do is, you can have a tendency to meet other people, and because you have a good, warm, open heart or whatever, you think that they are the same way, and they're not. You could have spent a whole lifetime developing habits that made you, or if other people believe in many lifetimes, clearing out this stuff within your heart so that you are loving and kind and thoughtful and respectful. And what they say is, they say that hurt people. And so when people have old wounds and they're just bitter about it, and they haven't done the inner work or taken the time to take responsibility for those wounds, then they will act out onto others the pain that they still experience. If they experience horrible things from other people, then it's weird, but they will like put you in the category somehow, subconsciously or consciously, as that horrible person. And by hurting you and dominating you in different ways, like dominating by like taking power, trying to take power away from you. No one can take power away from you. You are an eternal soul in a human body. They might try to take temporary things from you, but they can't really take anything from you. The more you are a soul, and even if people have lost millions of dollars in the hands of other people, you still have the sovereignty of your own soul in a body. But going back to thinking, so what they'll do is they will see you as these other people that hurt them, and they will hurt you because they're still trying to hurt the people that have hurt them, and they don't necessarily realize they're doing that. It's not about making excuses for people. So I'm not saying make excuses for people that do that, but understand that it's not about you. Don't take it personally. It hurts really bad. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. I was crying my eyes out, like it really hurt for about 2 days. And in that 2 days, I had a really, really good old friend of mine, and I called her. So that was what I was going to say to you guys, is call an old, trusted, and time and trusted friend that does love you and is present and can listen. And what that does is it gives you this sweet taste back in your mouth, because you have this bitter taste of this horrible experience. You get the sweet taste of what it is to have a true friend and be like, oh, why did I ever venture out from this one friendship? If you have more than one, if you don't have that, then what you'll do from learning from this video and from other videos perhaps, or whatever, is you'll learn what I'm teaching you right now, is learning how to be a better friend to your own self. When you learn how to be a better friend to yourself, then you're going to attract better friends to you, So my problem is just trusting people too quickly and letting them in, because I just have a big heart. And not just that, it's not just a big heart, because I'm not gonna act like like I'm all good. Is when you feel like you really want to reach out and be nice. I don't recommend nice being your motivation, because nice has to do with pleasing, and nice has to do with I don't want them to reject me, and I want people to think that I'm nice, and I don't recommend being invested in that. You can be, I always say, it's like, be kind, be loving, be wise, be, Christ said to be wise as serpents, innocent as doves. So be innocent, like don't, what I was writing on the plane is I was saying, don't go back and try to hurt them, and don't look back in anger. Don't look back in anger. I heard you say Sally can wait. Dun, 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 dun. It's an Oasis song. Don't look back in anger. I heard you say. Anyway, so you only have a certain amount of energy every day. You need that energy to go back in you so that you can transform and become a strong person and become wise and learn how to set the boundaries. And you need your strength in order to do that, your physical and your emotional, the strength. And so when you reach out and lash out in anger, you're acting according to your egotism, and you're acting out of your pain. And that's why they betrayed you in the first place, because they were acting out of their pain. And so, or jealousy, or just trying to climb up, step on your face to get higher. Aw, it hurts. But once you learn not to be identified with that pain and go, wait, I am so much more than this experience. I do have good friends, and you reinforce that by talking to good friends and not talking in gossip. I tried to talk to my good friends and my brother, and not even bring it up, or just bring up that I was feeling betrayed or whatever, you know what I mean? And not like throwing the other person under the bus, just understanding they're coming from wherever they're coming from. But just wanting to grow your capacity to be genuinely loving and to set boundaries. And I saw this other video, it was awesome. It was saying, it was this woman, she's like, God said, slow cook them, you know, like slow. When you cook a meat in the slow cooker, you cook it really slow. And so it's like, she was just making a metaphor of this idea of like, get to know people slowly, and you'll see their character will reveal itself, and what they want will reveal itself. And there's no need to let people in super quickly or at all. I remember a song in 3rd grade or something. It was like, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. Make new friends. They taught us rounds with that song, you know? And so that's coming to mind. It's like, but know that when someone betrays you, it can bring up old wounds, and then you can get really flooded with the old wounds. But just know that those can come up, so those can be cleaned out too, you know? It's like, learn how to forgive. What did I say is, know this, you are more than the betrayal. You are not a child anymore. It can make you go back to this helpless feeling when you get betrayed by your parents in whatever way. If they're yelling or they're abusive or they don't protect you or you don't feel heard or known, you know, it can bring you back to those feelings. And sometimes the people that betray you still carry those feelings inside. So they think it's okay, or they don't realize they're trying to provoke other people to feel as crushed and as broken as they felt in childhood. So whatever, I'm not excusing it again. I'm just saying, let's learn how to not repeat this, because I don't ever want to repeat it, and I don't want you to have to repeat it in your life. All right, so know that you are more than this betrayal. You're not a child anymore. You are not powerless. Your heart will mend. You will grow stronger and wiser. So I wrote also, the quickest way to heal is when you go straight to God, to divine love. You know, it seems like you could be like, what, where's God? Why did God let this person betray me? But what I was noticing too is you can see markers on the path of red flags, and like, wait, I was ignoring those red flags. Why was I ignoring those? I saw those and I still let this person get close to me. Why didn't I listen to those? What is going on in me that I wouldn't listen to those, and I wouldn't guard my heart and protect my heart? You see, when I was a child, it was kind of like my way or the highway. It's in a lot of areas of my life, with my parents. One of my parents, I'll just say one. And so it was like, you're just not allowed to have boundaries. You have to just take this and take this and take this, and this is the way it is. And so sometimes when you don't feel like you're allowed to, then it's kind of like you got to just let everybody in, and you don't have to let everyone in. You have power of choice. You don't have to let anybody in your inner circle. You know, you get to clear that out, and it's not about being paranoid, but it's about, you are worth protecting. There's like a proverb that says, guard your heart above all else, for it is a wellspring of life. And I remember when I was listening to Tony Robbins' thing, Business Mastery, or before that, he quoted a guy named Jim Rohn, and he said, like, one of the main things he taught him was always keep a guard on the door of your heart, you know, because out of it flows life, out of it flows your life. And so when we don't have this in childhood, then we don't realize that subconsciously we think we're not allowed to have those boundaries. We think we're not allowed to protect or shut that door and be like, no, you don't get access to this. Like, this is precious. I am precious, and I am loved, and I am cherished, and you are, and you are worth protecting, and you're worth loving, and you're worth being wise. Be wise, be circumspect, be more cautious, live life fully. Like, I like living a full, wild life, but there's no way, I get to choose who I want in my life. and who, people that will love you and cherish you and not backstab you. It's like so weird. It's, for me, I could feel it. I could feel it energetically. I don't know how to describe that to you, but when it happened, it's like I get a knowing, and it's so strange. It was really, really painful. But anyway, so the quickest way to heal, I say, is go straight to God, to divine love. God is love. And if you don't know God as love, then go deep into stillness, because you'll find the love in the stillness and the peace. You learn how to quiet your mind. It doesn't mean the racing thoughts aren't there. It just means the thoughts are there, and you learn how to be the observer of the thoughts, so that you just see all these thoughts, and you're like, and all these action steps you want to take. And I say, don't be stupid, be wise. Stupid is stooping your id, taking away your own life force, your own power, and wasting it out there to try to talk them into, why did you betray me? Or why did you do this? Or whatever. Why did you do that after I trusted you with this, or whatever. And it's like, you need that energy. So take that energy to learn how to be wise and to grow strong, and to ask for God's direction and protection, and teach me how to protect myself. Why not ask if there's a creator, which I have an understanding there is, but you don't have to agree with me, that loves us, and we're made out of that love. It's like, how do I align back with love? What was I trying to get by allowing this friendship? Don't blame yourself for all of the betrayal, but understand that the universe sort of reflects back to you what's going on inside. If you don't think you're worth protecting, then someone else will not protect you, and they'll reflect back to you, you're not worth protecting because you didn't protect yourself. Now, sometimes we don't know because we're following subconscious patterns, and we're just assuming that other people have this big heart or whatever, like you experience yourself as. But, there are also signs. And, one of my other friends, so sweet, this guy, Mario, that I roller skate with, was like, Cheryl, God doesn't want you to cry about other people who aren't connected in the same way. And it's not like he wasn't saying it like a stuck up thing, but when you're connected to God, go to God, and don't lower yourself to go to this place where you're basically giving away all your power to these people that don't care about you, or they don't care about you in the same level. They're out to get something else. If you are in this world and you're just out to get the things of this world, then people will step on you to get those things sometimes. And you don't need to be friends with people that choose to live like that. I'm seeing that I'm running out of time because I'm out of the country right now, so I have to keep this under 20 minutes in order to upload it. But I can say more about what he talked to me about. It was so loving. It was so caring. It was just like, oh yeah, that's what he was saying. You can ask divine love. You can ask God to help protect you, so that, please, I don't want these people in my life, these kinds of people that are going to do this. Help me have more of a discerning heart. Help me have eyes to see. Help me, keep that barrier between. Let's see, I said call an old trusted friend. And learn how this happened through forgiveness. The more I was just like, I forgive this person. When Christ says, forgive them, they know not what they're doing, I wish love to that person. Then you don't stay in bitterness. And when you actually do that, when you're like, God, somehow help me forgive this person, then you let go and you say, they don't have any power over me. And you see ways to be loving and to heal, and all this stuff doesn't have to stay weighty on you, because through forgiveness, you find all of this lightness of being. It's so strange, but but you have to ask God to help you genuinely forgive, you know? So wish love in their lives, so it doesn't happen to other people what happened to you. I hope this helped you. I wish you so much love. Share this with others. Much love.